Hello everybody, this is Eric Apricot. Steph Curry steals the ball, so the Warriors have the last shot of the half earlier than they expect, and they're all scrambling to get into position. Chris Paul runs on the screen and is looking at Steph saying, "What play are we running? What's going on?" And Steph signals with a fist. My longtime viewers know that the fist signals a very specific play, which I call the Klay play. So let's review. The play starts with the ball up top, but the real action is for this player. So this shooter, in this case Nemanja Bjelica, starts off by setting a down screen. After he sets the down screen, he himself is going to flare out and get his own screen. And then hopefully he'll be open here for a catch and shoot, and the ball will be passed to him. So there's the down screen. Bjelica will himself get this pin-in screen from, I think that's Juan Toscano Anderson. And hey, it's Avery Bradley from preseason 2021. He throws the pass to the open Bjelica, swish. The other part of the play is that Bjelica sets this down screen for Steph Curry in this case. And he's going to swoop to the top and appear to set a screen for a pick and roll headed to the right. But this is not a real screen, it's a ghost screen, and the screener is going to pop out to the wing. And that's going to bring his man with him, which is going to give lots of space for this passing lane. Okay, back in 2023, Steph Curry has signaled the play, and because everyone ran down in transition, no one is in the right place for the play. Klay is supposed to be over here. Chris Paul is supposed to be over here so he can set this pin down for Klay to swoop to the top. So you can see them having a quick conversation with hand signals. Klay says, "Hey man, I'm supposed to be standing over here, and you're supposed to be standing over here, so I'm gonna head over there." And Chris Paul is going to wave him off, saying, "Nah, forget it man, we don't have enough time to set up right. You just go to the top and go set that screen the way you're supposed to, and we'll figure it out over here." So Klay kind of turns his head. You can almost see a little question mark appear over his head, and he says, "Alright, I guess I'll go set this ghost screen." CP3 wanders out. Saric comes over here so he can set this pin-in screen for CP3. This ends up not mattering because when Klay steps up to set this ghost screen, Steph taking the screen, Davion Mitchell never wants to let Steph go. He wants to hold him in his arms forever. While Davion goes over the screen, Keegan Murray, he figures no one ever got fired for following Steph Curry. So now that Steph has drawn two men, Steph instantly releases the ball to Klay. Harrison Barnes was guarding Kuminga in the corner here, but a Klay open three seems like an emergency, so he is going to rotate. So Harrison Barnes gets there in time to challenge Klay's shot. Klay whips a nice pass right on the money to Jonathan Kuminga. Davion Mitchell is trying to rotate, but Kuminga smoothly sinks the three. Let's move on to the end of the third quarter. I wonder what end of quarter play the Warriors are going to call. CP3 calling the play, and he's holding up a fist. Klay holding his hand up to signal to Kuminga that Klay is going to set this pin down. Trayce Jackson-Davis, he's not quite in the right position. He should really be over here so he can set a better pin-in screen. Things are not looking good for the Klay play. Because Trayce has set his screen too high, JaVale McGee is way up here where he could intercept this pass to the catch and shoot. Also, Chris Paul's defender is seriously overplaying him to force him to the left and away from this whole side of the play. Chris Paul, being an evil basketball super genius, seems to read this right away and says, "Alright, this catch and shoot is not going to happen on this side. So instead of taking the screen, I'm going to reject the screen and just take off." So Chris Paul drives. Malik Monk is comfortable helping off of Gary Payton II in the corner. Chris Paul's defender has stayed with him, so CP3 really has nowhere to go. But look who's cutting to the basket. It's Klay Thompson. And once CP3 sees that Monk is stepping back, anticipating the kick out to GP2, and that leaves a nice passing lane to the cutting Klay. JaVale McGee does gear up to block the shot into the stands, but Klay with beautiful high arc on this shot. And how did Klay get so open? When we last left our hero, Trayce Jackson-Davis was trying to get into position to set this pin down screen. Heaven Herter is going to bust his butt to prevent Klay from getting this catch and shoot, Klay says, I'm a gentleman, I'm not going to fight you for that spot. I'm going to go the other way. So Herder ends up giving a lap dance to Trayce Jackson-Davis, and Klay cuts backdoor beautifully. Okay, I can't resist talking about one more play. This pass is not exactly a bullet, but it is on time. Lots of people rushing to congratulate Steph Curry for this game-sealing shot. And yes, friends, it is time for the all-important celebration audit. Alright, first let's check for premature celebration. Steph has caught the ball at this point. So far, nobody celebrating. Steph is now shooting the ball. Look at this, the instincts of a veteran. Draymond Green on the side. He's seen this movie before. He's got his arms up, and the ball is still in progress. Okay, Trayce Jackson-Davis is the next person to react. Have I mentioned I have an irrational good feeling about this guy? Here the ball is still not to the basket. Good, solid, premature celebration, especially for a rookie. Look at these youthful reflexes. They instantly spring up. Podziemski instantly goes into night-night pose. Very nice. Draymond is in full night-night mode. Quinones is coming in also with the night-night mode. Pretty fast reflexes. These are all acceptable. But do you notice something funny about their night-nights? They have different polarities. Draymond here has his hands on the right side of his face. Lester has his hands on the right side of the face. Podziemski has his hands on the left side of his face. Instant quiz. What side of the face does Steph do his night-night? Is it on Steph's right or is it on Steph's left? Who is correct here? Now, Podziemski, unfortunately, his night-night has the wrong polarity, but does he give up? No. No, he shows the heart of a champion and very quickly switches to the correct polarity. That is the feel for the game that the Warriors drafted him for. Good job, Brandon.